So we are back.
We're back with the beets.
Nothing beats beets. The beets are the best.
Oh
my God.
Welcome to the Deuber table. We are having afternoon wine because we can. So should you.
So last time we made penne alla vodka, and it was really good, but it was kind of carby and maybe not the healthiest dish.
Yeah, but I love it.
So today we're going to do something that we both really like. I don't know if this is as popular, but I think beets are actually becoming more and more popular. So we're going to roast some beautiful beets. I'm going to talk about the other ingredients that we have here. We have some salt. We have, this is a Meyer lemon. You could use a regular lemon. You could also use an orange. I have some thyme. I have some bay leaves here. You saw the aluminum foil. So here we have some baby candy stripe beets. And we have some red beets here. And I'm going to let you, you cut the red ones, and I'm going to cut the candy stripe ones.
Okay, so I just
The red ones are the ones that really stain, by the way. That's why I'm giving them to her.
I'm the one with couture on.
I'm going to cut the stems off here. So I try to keep the different color beets separate. You can usually get golden, red, and candy stripe are real popular varieties of beets.
And he just does that to make it look like really pretty. Although they do taste different.
They do taste a little different. Our mise en place consists of having some of the beets, some of the thyme, salt, bay leaf, and I want a little lemon zest here.
And this is a Meyer lemon. You can use regular lemon.
So this is the,
I
want the lemon rind here. I like the flavor of the Meyer lemon. Like when I do cocktails, I like to get this pith off. Does it really make a difference? I don't know. Maybe not, but this is going to help to flavor the beets while they're roasting. You can just boil them or you can roast them plain, but I think they're better if you roast them with some aromatics. So we have in here now, she put the beets back in the bowl and we have a tiny bit of water in there.
All I do is rinse them.
We're going to salt them pretty liberally. We're going to put some olive oil on them. We're going to do the red and the candy stripe separate because they'll be prettier later if we have separate ones. And I'm going to get a little bay leaf out here. And I'm going to use one.
You put that in with it?
Yeah. So now I'm going to break that in half because the bay leaves are kind of expensive. I'm going to conserve them. So now in each little packet here, remember I got double aluminum foil. I'm going to put my beets in there. There's a tiny bit of water. I've mixed them up with the oil. I'm just going to dump them in there so the liquid and everything has gone in there.
So literally it is just beets, olive oil, salt, and he's going to put some thyme, fresh thyme.
Each little package is going to get fresh thyme. It's going to get a little slice of that.
Lemon.
And a half a bay leaf.
Lemon zest and half a bay leaf.
And then I'm going to fold it up, and it's going to kind of roast in the oven and steam. And I just made a packet double folded, and we're going to put that in our little baking dish. And then I'm going to let you do the other ones, okay? So you remember what we did?
Yeah, I put a little bit of water, and these are the red ones that stain. Okay, a little bit of water. We're going to salt them quite a bit.
I put this foil in a tiny little tin here so I can make a little well.
And you really don't, we don't measure stuff out. You can just kind of eyeball it. So, looks like this, okay? And then I'm going to pour it in here. All of that, we're going to take some thyme, fresh lemon zest, and half a bay leaf.
Like a rind. We didn't zest it.
Yeah, and have another sip of wine. It's the most important part.
Okay, then we're going to put that, we got our baking tin here, we've got our two little packages, and we're going to put that in the oven. The oven's been preheated to 400 degrees, and we are just going to put that in there, and we are going to roast that. These little baby beets are going to take about 45 or so minutes.
So you literally just put them in the oven and leave them 45 minutes and just chill.
Then we'll be back in a little while. We'll finish them off and we'll show you some things that you can do with your roasted beets.
Welcome back. The beets are out of the oven right here.
So I want to say something about beets first of all, because first time I ever had beets as an adult, I ordered them at a restaurant and I told the waiter, as far as I know, I don't like beets, but I really want to try them. And they said, well, if you don't like them, you shouldn't get them. When I say something, beets are amazing. They're really sweet. I think I'm 50 years old. I grew up with a dad who ate those horrible pickled canned or jarred things that were so disgusting.
My dad still hates beets.
And I think that's what most people think of when they have beets, but they're actually really magnificent. So you really need to give them a try. So these were baby beets that we did. We're going to open them up. I'm going to make sure that I get the candied ones because I don't want to deal with the red ones. So we're going to look at them for a second and see.
I seriously always get the bad end of the deal.
All right. So Carrie got the red ones, so you can see there is like red ink everywhere.
These will stain your clothes.
We're going to take the beet and you can rub it in a paper towel and the skin will come off. And it's coming off real easily. And look at that, a beautiful beet.
And then he
put that here.
He separates them into different pans, obviously, because if this beet literally touches that one, it'll stain it. So then it's not cute.
So these are still pretty warm. We let them cool for about 30 minutes before we peel them. And then we're going to show you some really nice ways to actually eat these things.
Put these here?
Yeah. So that's going to be part 3 of this project. So part 1 was how to prep and roast them. Part 2 is how to finish them. And then part 3 is going to be some of the wonderful things we can do with beets. Because they really are, I think a lot of people order them now in restaurants, but I think a lot of people are scared of actually making them at home.
Yeah, I mean, I never would have made a beet if it wasn't for you. Like, I wouldn't think, oh, I'm going to buy beets today. Like, it doesn't seem like a normal thing to do, really.
So,
but they're really great with a salad, because, I mean, I don't like, if I make a salad at home, I don't want to just eat, like, lettuce. You know what I mean? Like, boring lettuce. So beets are a really great way to make an easy salad that is really yummy, and the whole family likes it, with the exception of the 7-year-old. These are a big match.
Yeah, so look at my fingers. Very little color on them. Let's look at Carrie's fingers. They are dark red.
Yeah,
so if you don't want that to happen to you, don't get the red ones. Get the candy stripe or the golden.
Or make your significant other peel the bright red ones.
Yeah, well, when you're the sous chef, that's how it works. So,
I'm his assistant in surgery too, so
good talk.
Pretty much any time I get the grunt work.
Choices.
So you guys, to get the skin off, you just wipe them. They just come off.
Comes off real easily. If it doesn't come off easily, you didn't roast them long enough. I think if you boil them, you will lose a fair bit of flavor.
Yeah.
You can also cook them in a pressure cooker. That goes real quick, but we'll have to cover that another time. Then we're going to regroup and come back.
Can I have another paper towel?
So we are back.
We're back with the beets.
Nothing beats beets. The beets are the best.
Oh my God. They really are good. I never would think
Cheers for that, right?
I mean, that was terrible. I would never think to eat a beet or roast a beet, but they're really good. It's actually pretty simple too.
So here's the beets we roasted. Obviously, we made more. We made twice as many candied striped. We made red. So these two were baby beets. We roasted them for 45 minutes. This is a golden beet. It's a regular sized beet. So we roasted this one for an hour and a half, but we prepared it the same way, peeled it the same way. So now we're going to do some fun things with beets. Do you think they're fun or stupid? But they're tasty at least.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's fun, but I would say we don't have a whole lot going on with quarantine, so it is kind of fun. So, make dinner for your family because you kind of have to. So.
I'm going to leave the red beets for last because they're going to make a mess and stain everything. And if we use those, they taste great, but everything will turn deep red.
Yeah, so we're going to chop them up. And we're going to show you a bunch of different ways to serve beets.
The first thing I'm going to do is we're going to look how nicely soft that is, golden beet. I'm just going to get some nice chunks and slices of this one. We have a blood orange. We have, I think this is a Cara orange.
It's an orange.
We're going to cut a little piece of this off. Maybe squeeze some of that in there. Throw a little salt in there. You could put some arugula in there. And maybe we'll take a slice of apple.
You guys like my nails? It's amazing. Okay.
And we can throw them in there. And do a little more squeeze of orange maybe. And then, did you put some olive oil in already?
No, I didn't. You didn't tell me to put olive oil.
Grab some olive oil in there.
Okay. olive oil,
All right,
orange.
good. Give that a little toss. And you could put that in a bowl.
I mean, that's what I like about beets is you kind of add them and make a beautiful salad. But it's not just, you're not just eating lettuce.
So there you have a beautiful beet salad that's very simple. Take some of the zest and we could scrape some zest on there. So do you want to taste that and tell me if it's any good?
Yeah, I'm happy to. I'm good at eating. Beet salad. Apples, orange zest, and arugula.
Good.
Really good.
So that was very simple. So now let's step up the presentation a little bit and say we want to be a little fancier.
That was good though.
And we want to make something more elegant. We can take our candy stripe beets and we can cut them into a more formal shape. And maybe we want a little bit of this golden beet that we also want to cut into a more uniform shape. Yeah, we can put some salt on that.
Salt's really important with beets because it brings out the flavor.
Maybe this time we want to take our apple and we want to maybe get a different shape.
So he's the plastic surgeon, so he's really good with like the aesthetic of it. I'm like, just cut it, throw it in a salad.
We want to put that in there.
But I think it actually does taste better when you cut it the right way.
And you can go ahead and mix that up, and we'll take some more Cara orange and maybe squeeze some orange in that. This time, maybe we'll have some goat cheese here.
Yeah. This is like a candied jalapeno goat cheese. Usually we use
We try to get a goat cheese with a little bit of sweetness. But
with honey, but they didn't have it because, you know.
Is there something around this?
Yeah, everybody's out of everything. So
Goat cheese has
just get some kind of goat cheese. I like goat
film on
cheese
it.
that has like some kind of candied like property, so it's like sweet.
Perfect. So then we're going to take our plate here. We can arrange these beets and elements artfully on the plate.
And this stuff looks really fancy, but it's really easy. So I think it's like a great way to fool your family into thinking that you're like really a master chef.
We have a little bits of goat cheese here. That's a beautiful salad. Maybe we put some arugula leaves on there. Maybe a few more, but so you can still see the goat cheese on a line. And then we can squeeze a little more orange on there. And we can drizzle some olive oil on there. And a little bit of salt. And again, if we want to do the zest thing, we can do that.
The orange
And
goes really well.
There's a much more kind of elegant presentation for your Easter table.
This is how I would make beet salad. This is how Mark makes beet salad. His is pretty, but this is great for Easter.
So
Great
it's a
family.
very elegant presentation. Then we'll do number 3. I'm going to do a little mise en place here. This is some horseradish root.
That's spicy.
So,
Maybe skip the jalapeno part. Holy shit,
was that bad?
it's hot.
Okay, we're going to just cut a little bit of this horseradish root so we're ready to use it here.
You can just get regular goat cheese if they don't have the one with the honey, which
I
they
did,
don't
I
have
did,
anymore.
I
No,
did.
I know. I'm just telling everybody out there, not just you, Greg, who did our grocery shopping for us and is very defensive about it because it was a holy hell nightmare at Central Market.
And maybe we'll do the red beets in this one.
Might
And
as well.
we'll take this one here. And this time, I think we're gonna do a real fine dice of these beets. We're gonna get some more apple.
While he's doing that, I'll salt these.
And this time, I don't want any skin on the apple. So there's gonna be a little waste, but we'll eat that later. We're gonna get a nice dice of apple here. Now we're gonna grate some horseradish. Now this has the orange in it too, so I like the orange flavor, so we're gonna get that in there, but we're also gonna get the horseradish.
And you can always use like horseradish that isn't fresh. This is actually a horseradish root. I didn't know it existed. It's actually where horseradish comes from. Good to know.
And so now you can see what we got in there. I have a blood orange here. And we'll put some blood orange in this one. And go ahead and add some olive oil in that. I'm going to wash my hands.
So obviously we don't follow recipes again, but this is just like all of it, you just make it the way you want it.
Now you can see that apple is going to get red very quickly from everything that's in there. So now I'm going to get another plate here.
I'm going to get some more wine.
Now we're going to get really fancy. We have a ring mold here.
Because who doesn't have a ring mold for their beet salad?
And we're going to put a little bit of goat cheese in the bottom of this one.
It's really spicy, just telling you.
Okay, well. And we're going to add some of the beets in here. Until we have a nice ring of beets. And this time, I'm going to take a little baby arugula. This is actually micro arugula. So we're getting really fancy. And we're going to put that in there. We're going to take that off now very carefully. And we'll do a little bit more of the zest here. And just a tiny bit of olive oil. And a little bit of olive oil.
So here's the 3 different beet salads that we made. You guys just roast the beets, kind of how he said, and then we have like your regular salad, like I would make, your medium fancy salad, and then your uber fancy beet salad.
And they all taste the same.
Pretty much.
We added horseradish to this one, but horseradish is great on these two. If you like it and it really is good, you could grate horseradish on this one too. So try it. They're great.
They're really good.
Nothing beats beets.
I hope you guys enjoyed the beet salads. What do you guys want us to do next? Because we're thinking about doing like an eggplant rollatini is what he really wanted to do, which is
Another Italian.
Or
we could roast a chicken.
Yeah.
And when we roast chicken, we make chicken stock. We make a really good sauce with it, with homemade chicken stock. We could do mashed potatoes, which I do them fancy. I make them the French way, potato puree.
Who should you got this week?
Oh.
Okay, well, you guys let us know. Let us know what you want to know.